You will get a lot for your money with the Zenfone 2, but will it be enough to take you away from the fancy dancy flagships? To learn more, watch the whole video. The model which we are going to use in our review is the ZE551ML 2GB version of 16GB of ROM. Asus is far better known in Android circles as a company that makes a successful lineup of tablets, of course including both Nexus 7 generations, than a manufacturer of desirable phones, particularly when it comes to Western markets. In the larger world of consumer electronics, the Taiwanese manufacturer owes far more of its brand recognition and revenue generation to laptops, desktops and peripherals than it does the entire Android segment, with most likely only knowing Asus phones for its few splashes with crazy pad phones and phone pads. But Asus has also made plenty of normal phones before falling under the Zenfone brand, including a low to mid-range lineup at various sizes announced back at the beginning of 2014. The Zenfone brand is focused on offering affordable performance and solid features, and the new device for 2015 that embodies that pursuit is the Zenfone 2. With the big 5.5-inch screen, powerful quad-core processor, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage and large battery, it comes at a surprising rate for only $299, unlocked for the Zenfone 2. We have seen manufacturers ask for more for less of a device, but since Asus has kept the price of the Zenfone 2 down, it has put in a great spot to be consideration for price-conscious phone buyers who still want a device that can be proud of. We are going to see just how that category has worked out in a complete Zenfone 2 review. We are at a point in smartphones where the highest end devices have absolutely stunning displays with Quad HD resolution, wonderful brightness and colors that really pop. This boost in display quality at the top has acted as a rising tide to lift all displays. Tough and even mid-range devices now have really solid panels to work with. The 5.5-inch IPS LCD on the Zenfone 2 doesn't have amazingly high pixel density, superb contrast or wide brightness range, but it really serves its purpose on a phone like this. In 1080p resolution works out to an acceptable 403 ppi, which unless you're looking to have hard will give you sharp lines on text and images, and has the upside of not taxing the GPU as hard as the QHD panel would have. The Zenfone 2 ships with a balanced color setting enable that offers accurate color without too much extra punch to it. But if you want a bit more of the display, you can hop into the display settings and choose a reading, vivid or custom mode instead. I personally like the balance of the default though. I can easily live with the display in daily use despite the fact that it's a step below something like the Galaxy S6, and the little things like viewing angles, display lamination and touch response were all well above my expectations. The one point where the Zenfone 2's display comes up unnecessarily short is in brightness range, where it gets a bit washed out at its highest brightness levels, which still isn't all that bright, but just as importantly doesn't get dim enough in a dark environment. Not being able to always use your phone late at night because it's just too darn bright for your eyes is seriously annoying, and I would say it's just as important as not being able to see the phone outside in all situations. The speaker, which can be found in a strip along the bottom of the back of the phone, has the same feel to it. It's quite large and can get pretty loud at times, but the sound is hollow and really best suited to YouTube videos and podcasts or spoken word radio. The 13MP sensor on the Zenfone 2 is just a camera. It has no fancy laser focus face detection or optical image stabilization and support. In terms of interface of the camera, the experience is pretty standard as well, with some lackluster design and a handful of buttons that do what you expect them to. The one expectation being a full manual mode where you get lots of granular control over the camera settings. There's also an absolutely massive scrolling list of general camera settings, which was enough to have me confused and closing them right away. With the tap of a button, you can switch between 17 different shooting modes through the basic audio HDR, depth of field, and low light are the only ones likely to be used by most of the people. Well, that's about it, guys. So, conclusion time, guys. If you're looking for a larger phone and don't need to have the absolute bleeding edge in every single aspect of the one you pick, looking instead at the price tag and value, the Zenfone 2 is here for your consideration, and it's a good choice.